Um, Hiya. I was just sitting here just now, rethinking a memory that happened to me. And so it's been coming up lately, and I just want to say about it. I wrote about it before, but I don't know if I'm real clear about what happened, so one day, me and my ex, were walking in Cheltenham, and we were going to go to this homeless place, right? To have a meal. And this was, I believe it was 2017. It could have been late 2016, but I think it was something like that. And anyways, we were in Cheltenham, and we were walking, and I can't remember where we were right before this happened, but I know I had two bags in my hand. Now we were homeless, so it could have been, stuff we were carrying around, but I can't remember where we were coming from. Hang on, there's a train. Okay, this is going to explain something too about how I'm feeling right now, but in order to do that, I have to explain how I got here. So, one day we were walking in Cheltenham, and my ex was behind me, and I was walking in front of him. And all of a sudden, uh, I, all of a sudden, I left. I started to fall. Now I can feel the impact. Okay, but I don't know what it was. It didn't hurt or nothing, but I felt the shock of the impact behind me that made me fall. And I had these bags in my hand, one in each hand, and it was just like, bam, you're falling. And as I'm falling, from the point of me falling and the force, it was so powerful. I can't believe the force of the impact that I feel. And I didn't have time to brace myself for this fall, see? It happened like mid step, like I did. I wasn't aware it was going to happen. And I got both my hands to my side, and all I remember is the impact. And I remember me falling. And I fell with such a powerful force with no time to catch myself that I hit the road like, but before impact of my face to the concrete, I left my body. Now, I didn't do it myself. There was someone that helped me leave my body real fast. And then it's like, in a blink of an eye, I entered back into my body. Now, where I entered my body, it would have been my heart area, like. I know that my light, it left my body, and then it came back into my body. And as I entered back into my body, my eyes opened, and then it was like my first thought was, oh my God, how is my face not implanted in the concrete? Because my nose was so close. It was as close as you could get without actually touching the road. And when my eyes opened, I'm laying there, and I just thought, my eyes opened, and I couldn't believe I couldn't believe it. And I felt when I came back into my body, I thought, well, I was saying, I don't know if I can pick myself up because I could feel where I didn't know. I felt like I knew I had my arms, but I didn't know if I could pick my arms up to push myself up off the ground. I knew how to do it, how it was supposed to be done, but I couldn't physically. I was wondering, but all of this was going on like within split seconds of it happening. These thoughts were going through my head, but yeah, I managed, and it felt so strange when I pushed my hands up, and I could feel still I'm in my heart, and I'm not I know I'm doing it, but it's the strangest feeling. I can't believe I'm doing it, and I'm doing it. And when I stand up, I do it, and I stand up. My knee is hurting because there's this pebble like stuck in my knee, and I knock it off. I knock it off, and I start to see a drop of blood, right? And my knee's hurting, and I look up and I notice my ex is like off out in front of me. He's up in front, but he looks behind him. He looks behind at me, and this is after I'm up and I managed to take a step, and I look. I'm It hurts, and I'm looking up at him, and I can't. I'm thinking I see him up there, but I don't know why he didn't stop to help me or something. That was a thought. And so it hurts to walk, but I managed to get to this homeless place where he was going, and I was going to have a meal. And when I finally get there and I sit down, my jeans have got a hole in it now, see, from falling. And I look at my knee, and where that hole of where the pebble was in my knee, it's like a graze. It's just like a graze. There's no blood. There's no hole. It's a scrape, like a scrape. Yeah, and it's not bleeding. It's like a scrape, like that. And I don't know what I got a meal. I remember that, but then that was all there was to it. And so ever since then, I mean, I knew before. I was well aware before. But ever since that moment, I was really aware, you know? And so I was aware before, though, but I was even more aware then. Yeah.